Hello, thanks for dropping in. It's Kate from Inkstampshare. I've got a lovely little card to show you how to make today using one of my favourite retiring stamp sets called Dragonfly Dreams. I love it. It's got some lovely images in this stamp set, really summery themed. And it's got an accompanying die set that I'm going to be using too. The detailed dragonfly thinlit dies, and they are absolutely beautiful. They've got these dragonflies. They've got a large and a medium detailed dragonfly, and then a dragonfly outline, and then the little ones that are all joined together. And it also has a little bee die, and this is the one I'm going to be using today. So let me crack on and show you what I'm going to do. So this is a smaller card. It's a 4x4 square card. I quite like making those sometimes for a change. So I've taken some extra thick Whisper White cardstock, an A4 piece, and I cut off a piece at 4 inches and then cut it at 8 inches and scored it in the middle to make my little 4x4 card. And I've got a little piece of Daffodil Delight to go on the front, which is 3 3/4 inches square to leave a border. And I'm bringing in the hexagon embossing folder. It's a really deep one and gives a really nice impression. And I believe this is retiring. I'll need to check. I love this one as well. So it's going to give like a honeycomb effect for my bee, I think. So I'm just going to pop my square of yellow to make my honey in the middle. Just make sure it's nice and straight. And I'm going to pop it in into my big shot, which I've got next to us here. So I just need the base and one of the cutting plates to go through it because it's such a thick die. So I'm just going to pop that through while we chat. Right, there we go. And that's going to be our layer. Let's grab that out. Have a look. I love it. It comes out like honeycomb. Look, can you see that? Both sides are really fab. So yeah, that's that done. And I'm actually going to stick it straight on with some of my Tombow multi-purpose adhesive. I like liquid glue for when you've done embossing because it gets in those nooks and crannies and makes sure it sticks really well and doesn't peel off. So there we go. I'm going to put that straight onto my base. Here we go. There. It's a beautiful sunny summer's day here. It's not really meant to be summer, but that's what it feels like. It's lovely. Makes you feel kind of summery. The bees do, don't they? Right, okay. So what I've done as well is I've taken the die from that die set and I've cut out from some of our copper mirror card, foiled card, some of the bees. I've cut 2 out. I've already cut some out for a previous one when I made it. I love this card. It's really nice. So you could do it in gold, you could do it in silver, copper, any of the mirror cards that we've got, the foil card. So I've cut one out already using that little die. If you can, I can't see what you can see actually. You can see how he sparkles. That's him. And then I've got another one I've already cut out. I just need to pop him out of the die. So I just run it through my big shot. Let's just pull him out. There he is. So cute, isn't it? I love this bee so much. There's also a bee stamp that matches, so you can cut that out as well if you want to. Okay, so this is the fun part. I'm going to be putting some of the copper metallic thread on it, which I've got here, and using some of our dimensional sticky foam pads if I can find them, because I keep moving them. Do you ever do that? I keep moving things out of the way and I'm probably staring at them, but goodness knows where. I'll put everything ready. So can you see them? Are you shouting at the screen to say, yes, look, there they are? Yeah, look, here they are. So I just need one and I'm going to cut it in half because it's quite a big one for the little body, although you could just use the minis, but this is perfect because it kind of fits in the shape you want it to be. So I'm going to pop it on the back of one of the bees. You see that? Just make sure that bit's come out. And I'll do the same with the other one. Kind of just fits in that little bee body. And then I'm taking some of this, I'm just going to wrap it around my hand a few times. Oh, I've got it caught in there, look. Let's see what I can do with that. It seems to have got wrapped around itself. There we are. So just make a loop by wrapping it around your hands sort of 3 or 4 times or so. And I'm going to attach it to the back of the bees. This is the fiddliest bit, but really it isn't. So I'm going to find the end, the loopiest end, and attach that first end there to the dimensional, like that, so it doesn't stick out anywhere where you don't want it to. And then I'll bring the other, oh, it's alive, I'll bring the other end around like that, and I might just chop that bit off so it's not poking out everywhere. There we go. So we've got that. And then we're going to put our other bee on there as well. Now the idea is it's going to sit on our card like this. So if I put that on there like so, I need it a bit down because I'm going to put our sentiment at the top like that. And then I'm going to take the other backing off and decide where to place it. Catching our loops as we go with the sticky dimension like that. How cute is that? You can make his wings come up a bit if you want, like that. Lovely. And then I need a piece of Whisper White to do some stamping. This bit looks like an ideal piece, so I'm going to be cutting it to fit anyway. So I've got my Memento black and I'm going to stamp To a Wonderful Friend. I'm just going to pop it there so I can make a strip out of it. Like that. Let's grab my trimmer. And I just trim round my sentiment to fit. So I haven't got a measurement, although I could probably tell you when I've done it. So making sure I don't cut off, and it is straight, that I don't cut off any of the words. I'm just gonna cut it up. So that is 2 3/4, 2 3/4, 2 7/8 by about 1/2 inch, that one. Let's put that out of the way, and we can stick it up on some dimensionals as well. As long as we don't keep losing the darn things. Oh, I tell you, my craft desk has been cleared. I cleared it all up, so it's not like I've crafted myself into a corner again. I just can't see anything. I think I was having, no, I won't say what I was going to say. Doesn't sound very right. Okay. To a Wonderful Friend. And we just pop it on the front. And that's our front done. So quite simple. Simply made. But it does have a little bit of embossing, it does have a little bit of die cutting, has some thread, it has some stamping and cutting, and then inside we're going to pop some Memento, again the bee, and the inside sentiment. So the inside sentiment coming from the same set is thanks for the smile and everything else. This would make such a great thank you little note, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be great to give this to a teacher? But you wouldn't put To a Wonderful Friend on the front, but maybe just thank you. Thanks for the smile and everything else. How nice is that? Love that. And then the bee. I'm going to bring the bee in. So echo the bee on the front. This has been the most loved stamp in my stamp collection. You can tell because it's black. I'll have another one coming in there, I think. There we are. Thanks for the smile and everything else. And you can write your sentiment in there. I really like that. Oh, you could also, let's not have a naked envelope. We don't like naked envelopes, do we? So let's find our bee again and pop him on there. Sounded like hard work, didn't it? Put it on there. Because then when you get your card through the post and it's sitting there and all the on the mat when it comes through the door with all the bills and the junk mail and everything else, you're going to be like, no, that's nice. That's something special. Hope you like it. So it's a very simple card, but we did use different things on there. So my idea for this stamp set, because Stampin' Up! Give us all these us demonstrators a challenge every month at the moment with our Simple Stamping Challenge. And so the May Simple Stamping Challenge is to use one of your favourite retired stamp sets to make a simple stamping project. So my simple stamping project with this was, the remit is just ink, paper and stamp. And that is it that you can use. Ink, card and stamp. Nothing else on there. So it makes it achievable for anybody to make a lovely card and without too many supplies or too many complicated techniques or anything like that. So it's suitable for everyone to use and to get cracking with stamping if you want to have a go. So I used the bee on it. I used one of the background stamps that are in the stamp set with this one. I used this spotty one and I stamped off with 2 colours. I used Calypso Coral and Bermuda Bay. I just stamped it off to make it a little bit lighter. And then I stamped the bees in Memento and I stamped To a Wonderful Friend in Full Strength in Bermuda Bay. And the inside I just did the same as I've just done on the card I've just made. So that's my simple stamper. And I really like that. I would send that to anyone. And then I stepped it up a little bit and aimed it to my next one towards the more casual stamper who might have been stamping a little while and have a little bit more equipment and might want a little bit more of a challenge. And it's exactly the same card, but instead I made this into more of a tag. So I cut around it and I stamped it in the black and I used some more of the copper metallic thread in the same fashion as I did with the bees just now. But I embossed the bees using the copper embossing powder and Versamark on the front. So that's just a step up. And I did the same inside. And then one for the more avid was the one that we've just made, I felt, because we did some die cutting as well. And we did some embossing with the embossing folder too. So aimed at 3 different types of crafter. You've got your simple stamping, you've got your more of a casual crafter, and then your avid who likes to collect all the things and have all the dies and everything else. I hope you like these three cards. And you're inspired to have a go. If you want to know the measurements or anything like that, or the supplies I've used, or want to visit my shop, pop over to my shop blog at inkstampshare.ink and all the dimensions and everything I've used will be over there, and lots of inspiration. I hope you liked the video. Do give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you did. And don't forget to click the little bell for future notifications of videos. And if you love this stamp and die set, do get it before it goes by the end of this month. All right, thanks for stopping by.